guys, Jessie here, and welcome to my apartment. It's pretty beige, like everywhere. I just really like neutrals. Today, I decided to make a video. I just got married last weekend. Woohoo! Okay, that's not how I danced on my wedding. It was a tad more embarrassing than that. You know how little girls dream to get married, they dream about the dress and the flowers and the cake and blah 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 blah. It's not that I didn't dream about those things, because at some point I did, but what was really fun for me was to book my wedding photographer, and that was the dream. So when the big day came, I just had like always one eye open on the wedding photographer. I wanted to see what she was doing, how she was doing it, because I just started my business this year and I just had so many questions, and I just kind of was curious to see how she would tackle the day and everything. So I was a bit of a creepy bride. Focus, no. There you go. So without no further ado, this is the video. 5 things that I learned about my wedding photographer that I am going to apply in my wedding photography. So here we go. First point, be minimal and simplistic in your approach. She wasn't imposing on anything or anyone. She was very hands-off things. And when things got a little bit crazy inside the house when we were getting ready, because we were like 25 bridesmaids. Okay, no, not 25. I had 7 bridesmaids, I had my family there, and it was like a lot of people, and the makeup artists and the hairstylist and stuff like that. So when she came, I just gave her all of my details for the detail shots. I showed her where the flowers were stored, and then she kind of just took a step back, just looking really quickly around, and then she just kind of took the stuff, the details, and she just went outside. And I kind of saw a glimpse a little bit in what she did, and it was just really simple. She just found natural reflectant, and she just started shooting the details for what it was. And I was really surprised, and I just be simple about it. And I can think back to times in weddings where I think I made people do things that really wasn't necessary. It was just because I was trying to get a shot. But at the end of the day, it wasn't worth it, and I should have been a little bit more hands-off, because it's not my wedding. Kindness, poise, and grace will be remembered, just as rolled eyes and impatient facial features. That's the hand. Facial features. When you're a wedding photographer, you maybe not notice, but people look at you all the time, because this is a place where really close friends and family meet up and celebrate people that they love, and they celebrate love. And you're the only one there who doesn't know anyone except the bride and the groom. You're a perfect stranger, and people will look at you, and they kind of look at you like, what are you doing here? I've gotten that a lot. And although I think it's funny, I think it's also kind of fair. It is a private event, it is very important, and it's just an honor that you're invited personally to be there to document the day. But it doesn't mean that the family will look at you the same. The only thing to do is really just be kind, smile, and say, yes, I would love to get that shot for you, just give me 5 minutes, I'm going to do a round, and then I'm going to come back and we'll do that. Gather everyone that you want for a photo. And it's just, at the end of the day, that's what you're here for. It's not always fun. It's not the photos you're gonna post on Facebook, but it is important, and the family does have ownership over how the day goes and over this wedding. So just do it and have a smile on your face, even if your feet are killing you. Third point, step in when you need to. Invisibility will not help anyone. I noticed that there's a trend in the wedding photography community world, if you can call it that, is you're supposed to be invisible. But it's weird, because you have a huge fat camera that just like click, and sometimes you have to stand really close to your subject, and you're photographing a wedding, and you're the only one who's up and everybody's sitting down. How can you be invisible? Something that my wedding photographer did that really surprised me, and I was so grateful. My veil was not well put in my hair. I had extensions and it was just a big mess, and it was fine. But when at the end of walking down the aisle, and when we both sat in our chairs, my veil just kind of went on the ground or went on my shoulder, and it just wasn't in my hair anymore. And whose responsibility is it to look after these things? No one, because that's boring. But my wedding photographer, instead of just saying, no, I have to be invisible and be at this wedding and be the really serious photographer that everybody really loves, she just like stepped in, and she just went like in the back while we were having our wedding talk, and she just like tapped me on my shoulder and said, your veil just, I'm just gonna put it back, it just went down. I was like, oh, okay, thank you. She saved me. She saved the day. She saved the veil. And I'm just saying that, yes, you want to be discreet in your approach. You don't want to come kicking and screaming, but you don't have to be a complete fly on the wall. You are a person. You exist. And invisibility, it's not good. It's not helping anyone. It would not have helped my veil. And she saved the day. So step in when you need to, and I'm gonna think about that. If I see an accessory that is not right or something, and I know I can help, because you're not just a wedding photographer, you're there to help the wedding to go smoothly as possible and to help in any way that you can, not just take pictures. Number 4, cuatro. Your creativity and your on-the-spot ideas are more than welcome. Actually, they're really appreciated and valued. Sometimes I would get an idea when I was shooting a wedding, but I felt a little too shy to ask them for something because I didn't want to intrude, and the whole be invisible kind of thing, I don't think I'm going to do that anymore. But sometimes wedding photos are usually a collaboration with the wedding photographer and the bride and the groom, and we talked about a little bit what we wanted to do. There was a barn, we wanted to do a first look, and then we're going to go at our venue, and then we're going to have more outdoorsy pictures there. So we had like a little bit of an outline. But my wedding photographer, in the morning when we were getting ready, my sister had bought me a pink bottle of pink champagne, and it just went with the color scheme that I was going for. And it was it was such a beautiful bottle that I wanted to keep it for pictures, but I thought she was going to use it for I'm sorry, I'm burping. Sorry. So I thought that she was going to use it for like morning pictures and popping the champagne, and we had like 3-4 other bottles, but that was a pretty one, and I didn't want anyone to open it until the wedding photographer was ready for it. And when I asked her, oh, can we open it now? Is it okay? And she just looked at me and said, oh, but I have an idea. Why won't I just take the champagne and take the plastic cup glasses, champagne thingies to that? You take that. Why don't I take that, and why don't we wait for your pictures with your bridesmaids, and then you can pop the bottle of champagne and you can all drink together. What do you say to that? You say yes. Absolutely, we will do that. And it was so much fun. This is not something that I expected, and I'm just so happy. And I never and this is a little embarrassing. I'm 23 years old, and I've never popped a bottle of champagne by myself. How embarrassing. I know. But I did it on my wedding day, and that was just so special, and I will always remember it. And I was really scared that I was going to kill someone when the thing popped, but everybody was fine. And at the end of it, Tracey found the cork from the bottle. I don't know how she did that. She has superpowers. She found it, and then she gave it to me. She said, for keepsake. And I kept it, and it's so special. And that's just something that she had in the back of her mind, something that she came up with the day of, something that she was inspired by. And I'm just so happy that she shared. I'm really, really grateful. And I'm gonna do that the next weddings. I'm just gonna, if something comes up in my mind, I'll just, hey, what do you think about that? And then I'll see. And my 5th and last point. Even when things run late, which they usually do, and that eats up half of your time and you only have 10 minutes to do bride and groom portraits, well, the time that you have is enough. I used to think with the bride and grooms that I would shoot that I would need at least 45 minutes. And of course, it's ideal. I mean, you get a lot of shots, you get your bride and groom warmed up, and you just have time and you're less stressed. But when things don't get your way, and they usually don't, I remember I was late for my first look we were supposed to have 1 hour, and I'm usually pretty on time, but things happened and I enjoyed myself and I cried when I read the vows, and I lost it, and then we only had 15 minutes. But I scheduled an hour, but it didn't happen. But Tracey that's all she needed. She knew what she needed, she knew where to go, she knew what to say, she knew when to step in, when not. Again, very a minimalistic approach. I feel like this is really when skill comes to show, when you only have 15 minutes and that time is enough. And you are enough, and you are capable of doing it. And I think I have to remind myself, even if I have 10, 15 minutes, which has happened before, and you're running, and you're scared, and you're stressed, and you're like, oh my goodness, I'm gonna ruin those photos, I only have 15 minutes, just it's okay. Everything is fine. And you know how to work your camera, you know what to do, just trust your instincts and do it. And shoot the people with the camera. Only with the camera. Alright, so this was my video about 5 things that my wedding photographer taught me that I'm going to use for my wedding photography. I hope this really helps. Seeing other people do what you do is just such an eye-opener, and I feel so grateful that I met Tracey. If anyone is in the Ottawa area, or she's gonna move this October to British Columbia, Kelowna, somewhere in the mountains in British Columbia, Canada, well, you can look up her website at www.traceyjasmine.com. Highly recommend it.